Kia ora, kia ora, kia ora. Welcome to this lesson of Hutia Te Rito on the guitar in the key of D. Ka pai. So what we're going to be working on is just getting our chord changes through. This is going to be a simple and beginner lesson with this particular song. Now I've decided to do it in D just because all the chords within that are open and they are easy to play. So what I mean by open chords is on a basic chord chart that you should have, it just has this D-shaped chord here. Then we're going to be using a G, or in textbook way that way, and then we're also going to be using an A as well. So an A chord, we've also got the D chord, which is the key of the song, and then a G as well. So I will play these in the textbook way, and then I'll also show you how to do it in a bar chord form. So what's going to happen here is we're going to have the D chord. So remember, if you were to look at your chord chart, it is almost like looking at the guitar up like this here. Now what's going to happen with that is we should have our first finger and it should be on the third string or the G. So we got Easter Bunny gets donuts at Easter, or Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. Or we've also got the first string, the second string, the third string, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So we're going to go with, on the third string, our first finger is on the second fret, behind the second fret there. So there is the nut, first fret, second fret. And then we want to be going on to the third string, so 1, 2, and 3. There you go. So we've got the third string there. And then we're going to get our third finger, and we're going to put that behind the third fret on the second string or the B string, and then our second finger is going to be behind the second fret on the first string or the E string, the high E. High E. And then we have that D chord there. Now remember, with the D chord we do not strum the fifth or sixth string, so we're only strumming from the fourth string, third, second, and first. So then we should sound like that, right there. And then once we got our D, then we're going to go to Hutia Te Rito o te harake ke. There we go. So we're going to go from a D to an A, back to a D, and then to a G. A nice little 1-4-5 progression. So we got Hutia Te Rito o te harake ke. Now as you can see, when I'm playing my G chord there, I am playing it slightly differently to a textbook way. Most textbooks have it like this here. Okay, so for a G chord, we do have our second finger on the fifth string or the A string. Our third finger behind the second fret. Our third finger is behind the third fret on the sixth string or the low E, and on the third fret on the high E string as well, so on our first string. So there we go. So we've got fourth finger behind the third fret, third finger behind the third fret on the low E. So you should have both E's covered, or the first and the sixth string. And then on the fifth string, you should have your second finger. There is our G chord. And then our A chord is our first finger on the fourth fret behind the second fret. So we're not in front of the second fret, we're behind it. And then we've got our second finger behind the second fret on the third string. And on the second string, we've got our third finger. Cool. Now what we've got to practice is how to transition between the chords itself. So we're going to go from a D to an A, back to a D, and then to a G. So we're going to go Hutia Te Rito o te harake ke. Kia mai, kia Alright, so that first little line, Hutia Te Rito o te hara ke. On that line there, we are going from a D to an A, back to a D, and then to a G. What that is, it's just in a 4/4 timing, so we should have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we've got our first line, Hutia Te Rito o te hara ke. So we've got D, A, D, G. Then when it goes back to D, on the next line, which is the Hutia Te Ko Mako, or could be Ko Ri Mako, talking about the bellbird. With that line there, then we're going Hutia Te Ko Mako e ko kia mai kia ho. So we've done the same again, so we're going D to A, back to D, and then back to G. And then when it goes down to the next line, it starts to change a little bit. Hea ha te mea nui, hea ha te mea maku e ki atu e tangata e tangata. Alright, so Hutia Te Rito, in that last little part, it goes from the D to an A, back to a D, to a G, back to a D, to an A, to a G, back to A, and then back to a D. So we're going to play it all the way through. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hutia Te Rito o te hara ke whia te kōri mako e ko ki mai kia hou. Hea ha te mea nui, hea ha te nui o te ao maku iki atu tangata e tangata e tangata e tangata. Alright, now with our strum, so with our strum pattern, it's just the down, up, and accent, or a chug on a slang term, that it's an accented note. The accented is on the 2 and the 4 count, so we're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So the chug is just getting, or the accent is just getting this part of my hands and getting it to chug. It's all in the wrist movement. It's not an arm, it's not a whack. It is a downward motion, and it is a stopping of the strings. Now also what happens is that I flick with my index finger to get a bit more of a crack and a snap onto it, to give the accent kind of like a snare sound from a drum kit. So we're going ba, 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 ba. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is how you get that Māori strum, especially for kapa haka. So when I'm playing my D chord, I'm going down and then up on with the thumb. Remember, nice and relaxed with the wrist. And we want to be getting these on the nail of your fingers and thumb. So on the way down, it's on your first finger and across. And then on the up, it is with the thumbnail. So we're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Remember to take it slow, build on getting it right first, then build speed. So we're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Hutia Te Rito o te hara ke. Ka pai. When it gets to K for you, remember, go back to D. Te kori mako, then to the A. E ko ki mai. To G. Ki ahu. And then the next part, when it goes to he aha, te mea nui, it just repeats the same chord pattern again from the start of Hutia Te Rito. Ka pai, there is your lesson. Go and learn it. Bit of kapahaka for you.